Drug company Novo Nordisk, the maker of Ozempic for diabetes and Wegovy for obesity, is seeing revenue going off the scale, the latter of which saw a 344% gain in sales in just the first 6 months of 2023 in the US alone.
Wegovy is an injection for weight loss. That's a thing that exists, and people are excited about it.
Allison Gatlin is an IBD reporter covering the current craving for weight loss medications. Novo Nordisk makes semaglutide, which simulates a hormone the gut produces in order to suppress the appetite. And these GLP-1 drugs come in different forms. It sells as injectable Wegovy for weight loss. The popular Ozempic is an injection for diabetes but has weight loss benefits. And Rybelsus is similar to Ozempic but comes in a pill form. In the June quarter, Novo Nordisk reported sales of about $8 billion. That slightly missed estimates of $8.2 billion, but top-line growth still shot up 42.5%, IBD reports. To break it down, Ozempic sales also came in at about $3.3 billion, popping up 66% from this time last year. Wegovy and Saxenda scored almost $1.6 billion in sales, more than tripling from 2022 and exceeding projections of about $1.5 billion. And Rybelsus sales more than doubled year over year, reaching about $645.9 million. Novo Nordisk also raised its 2023 outlook, expecting to move the needle on sales from 27% to 33%, reaching about $33 billion, according to IBD. Biotech and pharmaceutical consultant Bill Coyle is bullish on the prospects for these weight loss and diabetes drugs.
I mean, we've had drugs in the past that help people lose weight. Nothing like this and nothing this safe. Right. So I think we've finally got something that's really clinically amazing.
Currently, there aren't side effects we're seeing in the population that are any more worrisome than what we expected after clinical trials.
Dr. Rekha Kumar is an endocrinologist and chief medical officer at the medically assisted weight loss program FOUND.
So nothing has surprised us at this time. There has been things in the media that have been hyped up, like delayed stomach emptying, and they tend to somewhat give exaggerated examples, but in reality, all of the side effects we're seeing are expected side effects of the mechanism of the medication.
Novo Nordisk competitor Eli Lilly is also hoping to get the Food and Drug Administration's sign-off for its diabetes drug, Mounjaro, to also be counted as an obesity treatment. By 2031, dieters will take more than $37 billion worth of weight loss drugs across the US, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, the UK, and Japan, according to data consultancy firm Global Data. This July alone, doctors handed out about 5 million prescriptions for these weight loss and diabetes drugs, up nearly 80% from this time last year, IBD reports. However, now Novo Nordisk is scaling back on Wegovy to ensure it doesn't run out for patients already on it.
Wegovy is struggling against its own success right now.
Novo Nordisk chief executive Karsten Knudsen insisted on the company's earnings call the decision was to, quote, secure continuity of care and not a supply issue.
The company is working to bolster manufacturing, but I think investors probably wanted to see a little bit better news about the Wegovy use in the United States, as far as the company can manufacture more drug and provide more medicine to patients who need it.
Investors are also weighing the potential for these companies' diabetes and obesity medications to impact long-term weight management.
And so you're literally going to have millions and millions and millions of journeys to get to healthy weight, sustain that healthy weight. And I think there's a huge opportunity for manufacturers to play a very meaningful role in those journeys beyond just these GLP-1 drugs, and partnering with health systems to accomplish that. Because to me, that's the really exciting piece. And from an investor perspective, I think the company that does that the best, or that creates the best ecosystem around both losing weight and maintaining healthy weight is probably going to be a great bet to make.
What are insurers looking for when they consider covering more of these drugs?
Novo Nordisk just put out news that their SELECT trial in patients who took Wegovy over 5 years show that there is a cardiovascular benefit to taking Wegovy. that could lead insurers to opening up the door for reimbursement among patients who don't necessarily need Wegovy just for weight loss, but who could benefit from the heart protective element here.
Insurers generally don't cover drugs prescribed solely for weight loss. But with Wegovy trial results showing it cuts risks of heart problems by 20%, that may sway insurers to reimburse for these medications.
Wegovy showed great promise in the initial results, but now Novo has to put out the full results before the FDA can even consider whether to include that on the label.
There's a lot of market share to gain, especially as these medications become more palatable for patients and insurers.
There has been so much stigma on this class of medicines, so much judgment in patients that are using them as potentially an easy fix, when in reality, obesity is a disease. It is classified as a disease by almost every medical organization. And when we treat it, we want to see improved health outcomes. So the stigma and the judgment was really partially related to people thinking this was a vanity drug. And perhaps the lack of coverage was also related to that. Now we see not only do people lose weight, which is more than vanity, but they also improve their cardiovascular health.
For Investors Business Daily, I'm Meredith Heyman.